Mm. Mm. Hey, Jiffy. Please tell your dogs that I love them. Wiggles, Nude. Jeff loves you. Just laid down on my foot. She was like, oh, okay. I'm sure she's happy. Thank you, Duke. You are welcome. Feel a bit tired. A bit tired. Yeah. My circadian rhythm has me falling asleep at like, I don't know, like around 6 a.m. And then I wake up at like, 3 or 4, and I'm not happy about it. Also kind of tired. I've been playing solo Terraria basically all day in order to learn how to actually play the game. I've got a pretty good handle on it now after about 15 hours of my solo game. I've thought about starting up another solo run of Terraria. I think I'm going I'll wait until after I finish this game, because that should give it enough time for all of the hype to calm down. Because I don't see too much of a reason to get into a game when it is all the hype. Hardcore master mode. Yeah, no, that's how I started up with Terraria. It was like, yeah, fuck it, let's just jump in there on or actually no, I did not. Okay. What is master mode? It was hardcore expert? Yeah, hardcore expert. Die, drop everything, and get fucked. Get fucked, nerd. Double health and damage to mods. I'm down. I'll do it. I'll torture myself a little bit, a lot. Few extra things that they added to the game as a whole, but that's mostly it. I mean, as I understand, they made some big changes. One thing that I'm sad about is that I can't just put my all of my people. Sorry, I can't just put all of my people into a dirt hotel like I did the previous time. In master mode, you get 7 total trinket slots at end game. How many do you normally end with? It's like 4, right? It's been too long since I played that game. I think 6. I don't know. I've never played before. Fair enough. But yeah, I think, after I end up doing Tyranny, I might end up putting forth the option of Terramara. Again, by that time, the hype should have calmed down a little bit, and you know, we'll see what happens. He also changed it so you can't stack crates from fishing and then open them all in hard mode. Then an entire new list of crates that spawn from fishing during hard mode. Thank fucking Christ. I'm down with that. Thank goodness. Okay. Cato Village. Ironhole Trail. Well, either way, that's where I'm going to end up going. Let's, get... Yeah, let's go to Vendrian's Well first. And actually, before I do that, let me see. Are there any, Yeah, I got a pretty good amount of Munmuns. Are there any, people that I want to hire? That is a question. Also... Also, I can move back over here. More prevalent info is on the right side, and also I only start up over there so that I don't block the title. Because I think that's rude. Control fire and control emotions. I have not seen anything about control emotions. Regularly provide scrolls to further research. Sure, let's hire that person. Still got 3 more slots. I think I can hold off for right now. Got 4 people over here. Is there anyone else that stands out to me? I don't care about Fatebinder Kesper or whatever. If I ever want them, I can dismiss someone cheap and then hire them. Then fire them. Old beast woman who regularly provides food to take into battle. Food really just doesn't do enough for me, so don't care. Tanara. They teach some two-handed weapons. Oh no, the person I have already does that, so never mind. I think we're good. Away! Hi, Nunus. Speaking of eating, we had some, like, homemade mashed potatoes. Like, we actually got the, potatoes and fucking destroyed them. I got a missive. Salutations, Murdoch. It is difficult to separate fact from superstition. Superstition when it comes to edicts, as it seems only Kairos knows how it all works. The rest of us are left to live in fear and ponder it all. Kairos edicts are sort of magic above and beyond even the Archons. I dare say the edicts are stronger than Kairos, as there's no evidence Kairos can willingly stop an edict once set into motion. Which is in part why Kairos' edicts seem to have an until or unless clause in their wording. I know the edict, as powerful as it is, requires a human voice to complete the casting. Thus the Overlord has people like you proclaim edicts cast far from the Imperial throne. The magic is Kairos' magic, but the human voice is the final carrier or trigger to complete the magic phenomenon. And here's what's most fascinating, at least as far as you're concerned. There have been dozens of mortal agents who have been made to proclaim edicts. 2/3 of them die within a decade, and many give reports of lingering mystic scars from the ordeal. And there have also been a handful to resolve or break an edict. These until or unless clauses get fulfilled from time to time, and we see a similar pattern in history. Those who resolve an edict often live short lives, and many speak of arcane side effects of their shattered edicts. Here's where you're unique. To the best of my fact-finding, you're the first to proclaim and break the exact same edict. Whatever mystical power is involved in the creation and destruction of such magics, you're the first to stand at the terminus of both. Now that I know the spires can be awoken, it makes sense that if anything can or would make them wake them from slumber, a shattered edict seems the likely culprit. Kairos has other edicts in place throughout the tiers. If you truly wish to learn more, perhaps you should take it upon yourself to shatter those edicts. After all, if Kairos did not wish for the edicts to be broken, why include a termination clause? My oath is. Solicit her advice.
Dear Myothis, I appreciate the information. Thank you for sharing. Knowing that you know of my situation, what would you do? Murdoch.
I hope for a good, timely response from my pen pal. Wiggles, you want to stop? You want to stop with that? No, you want to sit there? Do you want up in my lap? Is that something you want? If you stand up, I can get you onto my lap. Come here. Come here. Come here. There you go. Yay! I got a Wiggles and a Nunus. I got a Wiggles and a Nunu. They both had baths just this week, and so they smell good and are happy. I gave Wiggles a bath just yesterday. Hiccup and burp, because she needed it. She needed it. Yeah, can I get you to research something? Conduct research to find recipe for new item. Oh, okay. I didn't realize how this worked until just now. Which is silly because it's pretty self-evident. I just want to cut some fur off of you, Wiggles. You're fine. I've been drinking too much. Let me see. Drug recipe. Artifacts are nice. Let's just research items. Or actually, no, yeah, let's just research items. There you go. Who else is around here? Who are you? Yeah. Wait, hold on. Hold on. What do you have for sale? Do you have anything that I want? That I want? Precise action. Okay. Piercing. Greatly increases armor penetration. Greatly increases range. Greatly increase. Yeah, as I understand, these should be like rank 3 things. So I'm going to go ahead and buy the one that's increased strength, just so we have it. Sure, I'll go ahead and get one of those as well. We can afford it. We're in a pretty good state, I think. Oh, hey, I have other... Oh, didn't realize I had other missives. I'll deal with those in a moment. Oh, God, it increased... Yeah, this one increases it by 40. Yeah, it's strength 3, which means it is amazing. Yeah, how good do they get? That goes from a 10 to 15 with this to a 12 to 19. Ooh. You see, this is something that I'm going to want to put onto, like, all of my area of effect abilities. Which, from the looks of it, I can actually do that with quite a few of these. As soon as I get, like, one more skill point. One more lore skill point. It'll be great. Hold on. Fatebinder, you have proven your cleverness in the face of an apparently impossible choice. Would I have been so wise in the same situation? I cannot say. I know only that I do not envy your mission. I must urge caution, however. Some who watch your actions may be more alarmed than amused. Will they be able to convince themselves that the Overlord crafted the Edict of Storms with this loophole in mind? Or will they see in your choice an alternative that cannot be set to parchment? I hope you soon make an effort to join us at court in the Bastard City. I often feel that it has been too long since we last whispered of the dark corners of Taratus. You've experienced so many of them as of late. Perhaps I can provide illumination. Callio. Stilling the Storm. Fatebinder Rogalis. I wish I could remember each of these Fatebinders by name, but for the life of me I can't. Hi, Bugaboo. Still playing some Tyranny. It's a good game. And drinking some nice cold peach water. Peach bubble water. City with stories to peddle. Wait, what? Oh. Dear Fatebinder Murdoch, your actions at Sentinel Stand have once again supplied the rumor mongers of the Bastard City with stories to peddle. Some seem to think that your cunning twist of legalese intended to display some great support for the people of Stalwart. That, of course, only leads to speculation about which people of Stalwart you intended to benefit, the unbridled upstarts or the corrupt old queens. Otherwise, foolishly believe you unraveled the Overlord's edict to prove you could, as if a sliver of cleverness could bring Kairos low. As a scholar, I prefer primary sources to gossip, so allow me to ask you plainly, why you choose to spare the child? Oh boy. How I be? I be pretty good. I'm pretty tired. I only got like 4 hours of sleep yesterday. Because my insomnia was kicking my ass. But I'm hoping with, such little sleep, I'll be able to more easily sleep tonight, but no guarantees. Yeah, I mean, on the bright side, I work very well under, little sleep, so I'll probably be fine. It's if I have an active day that I actually feel tired, which I was pretty inactive today. Purely political.
Dear Fatebinder Rogalis, the blood of Graven Ash, Archon of War, flows through that child's veins. It should take no scholar of history or governance to recognize the potential in protecting it. The Archon appreciates family above all else. Why would I deprive him of a grandchild born of the ruling family of Stalwart, if I could do so without shirking my duty to the Overlord? I do not make a habit of discarding gifts of fortune. Fatebinder Murdoch.
Send it. The fuck? Oh. One of them stepped on a bottle. I was like, the fuck was
Right.
that? Velos, I think this is the guy that will provide scrolls. I'm not sure. Hi, Scarm. Sleepy. Scarm, what are you doing awake? Shouldn't you be asleep? You're awake for reasons unbeknownst to me. Fair enough. Well, just don't make a habit of it. The sage examines the scroll, taking in every detail of his handiwork.
Did you know there are 7 ways to write fire, but only 2 for water?
He continues to examine the scroll without the slightest sign that he was expecting an answer.
Could it be that fire has more meaning in our era?
There's a short pause before he realizes you've actually approached him for something.
Oh, my apologies, Fatebinder. I can be taken for a ride by my own trails of thought. I'm sure there's something you need from me. You seem fairly versed in the common language. Do you study at the Vellum Citadel?
Sage's Guild favorite 3, yeah. Velos squints at you as if to sniff out some hidden motive, but finds none.
You still call it by its old name. Most these days referred to as the burning library or the burning heap of shit.
His posture visibly slouches.
Yes, I had many colleagues and mentors, far more scholarly on the subject of the written word and its many forms than I could ever grasp.
His gaze wanders past you, escaping off into some distant memory.
We lost many good scholars when the edict fell. What have you made for me? I don't have anything for you at the moment. Check back later.
Okay. So they produce
Yes.
it as I'm doing other things. Noted. Well then, let's go ahead and, teleport. Let's go teleport somewhere else. You gotta put on the socks, and that takes a lot of effort. Well, there's some people that are wanting to speak to me at the Bastard City. Hold on. Nope. There we go. Let's hide complete quest. There we go. Seats of power. Find the sunset spire. Okay. It doesn't look like I have to go to the Bastard City. I can do whatever the fuck I want. And no one can tell me otherwise. Let's go. You know, I meant to... Fuck. I meant to go to the Mountain Spire in order to train up Barrack, actually. I guess I can go back. I don't seem to be completely pressed for time, at least not at the moment. I don't think.
My Lord Binder, you have something which requires my attention? What can I do for you?
I don't know. Our gang is building quite the little collection of spires, aren't we? The Voices of Nerat was never one for keeping strongholds, but I can definitely see the appeal. I don't like wet socks. It's terrible. It's a curse that you should suffer yourself, Bugaboo. You're icky? Ooh.
What do you think of these spires?
They're big, but make no mistake. A determined army could knock one down if they got enough shovels and picks together. Don't be so quick to assume that you're invincible. As to what they are, I try to not ask those sorts of questions.
Why doesn't the Voices like strongholds?
Because there's no point in standing still. The Voices prefer to keep his forces busy and on the move, with the only restful hours between dusk and dawn. Besides, the fires in motion are less likely to rise up and challenge authority. Safety in numbers, but once you get people hunkering down to discuss their problems, suddenly everyone has a reason to kill the closest gang boss.
What do you need?
What about
So
you,
your
Lantern?
latest acquisition has me thinking about the spires some more. By all accounts, they go as far back as the old walls. Over the centuries, the nobles of the tiers have claimed the spires, but they've only ever battled over the land at the ground level of the monuments.
Customization options is... I should really put a descriptor on that one. In fact, I could do that right now if I wanted. But... Anonymous Cheerer, thank you for the 10 bits. I appreciate it. Anonymous Cheerer. But customization options is for whenever I'm doing like character creation or something in a video game. Basically, you put forward the points and you can be like, hey, I want this. I want this instead. So there you go. I do think I made it a bit too expensive, come to think of it, but at the same time, I don't want to be like, what should I name my character? And someone that's been here for like a few minutes to be like, call him the N-word. It's like, oh, you ruined it for everyone.
I've never seen the glyphs of a spire light up in all my years. Not until you show up. If this were an isolated incident, I'd be confused. But it seems the spires, plural, are somehow connected to you. What's your secret?
It's a surprise to me as well.
Did play Skyrim so I can make you cute little orc girl. Alongside escapes Lantry, and he sticks his quill in his mouth, chewing on the tip. His head tilts from one side to the other, muttering inchoate half-words.
Out with it.
If I had the words for it, I'd share. I'm just not sure what to make of it. I'm realizing how much more there is to learn.
Let's get going.
Well, you know, I meant to train up, Barrick, so I'm just gonna go back and do that, you know? I'm working on getting 5 million so I can just save them for a day Duke isn't doing so good. I mean, if I'm not doing so good, I'll tend to, you know, excuse myself, you know? I think I'm pretty good about taking care of myself. Swordbreaker. Yeah, you did two-handed. Oh, I can't train him anymore. Shit! I got 5 points that I can put towards athletics. That, you know, means very little to me. Lantry, why the fuck do you have so many points? Stop it! You only have 25k. You know what? Hold on. Yeah. No, it's 10k. I think 10k is reasonable for customization options. But okay. I was coming in order to look into something. It looks like, or I was coming in order to edit the customization options point value because I thought it was too high, and now I'm realizing that it's exactly what I want. But I might as well add a description. Sure. There we go. I've done it. Oh, wonderful. You need 5 million, though. That's a lot. To sleep through streams. Let me see. I could increase Lantry's dodge ability. That wouldn't be a bad idea. Like, I kind of like, you know, he could potentially use it. I'm going to increase my athletics at the very least since, you know, I seem to be maxed out on one-handed.
Yes, Wiggles, how can I help you? How can I help you, Wiggles? What's up?
She's just sitting there looking up at me like, hey, you got a minute? I'm like, I don't know. I don't know what you want. What'd this guy do? Oh, right, he was a shopkeeper. I forgot. Oh, right, I got a lot of stuff that I could sell. Perfect. Wonderful. Trade all that stuff away. No longer need it. Is there... There's Ravos up here. I don't remember what they sold either.
Wiggles, are you gonna be like that? You have food and you have water. You're just wanting attention, aren't you? I put you in my lap earlier and you jumped away because I was cutting your fur. You need to get over that. You need to get over me cutting your fur. You need to be groomed. Tell her I love her, please. Chat loves you, but you need me. Come here. Stay. Stay. See this? You see, I would love to have you in my lap more often, Wiggles, but you have all these stickers that make it very uncomfortable. Also, you sometimes shed. Which, if you let me cut your fur more often, I wouldn't have to deal with. Baby, I love. She is a baby. Okay, what does this guy have? He's got a few expressions and an accent. Oh, whoops. Sigil of directed force. Spells that travel forward in a path affecting multiple targets. Proximate action. Thank you, Wiggles. Oh, still cutting all of this fur off. God damn it. This is like the only time my dogs ever want me in their laps. Duke, you cannot let me ever meet Wiggles because I will want to take her home with me. You're not fucking taking my dog. I love her. Okay, let's see. Yeah, we'll just go ahead and buy these. Your dogs want you in their lap? They want me in their lap? Oh, did I? Oh. I think I was saying how I messed up. In any case. Oh, they got potions. Oh, give me that. Give me them potions. Delicious. Go ahead and learn these real fast. What are these? One armor penetrated by attacks when inflicting crits. Ooh. I like having my tank set up, though. What do you got? +1 quickness? Yeah, I'm willing to trade out quickness for that. And then what's this? +3 resolve. Steadfast insignia. Oh. Steadfast stand. What does resolve do again? Resolve was this stat, right? Yeah. Give some magic defense. Steadfast stand. Grant nearby allies resolve and increase resistance to being knocked prone or pushed back. These effects scale with the steadfast insignia renown. Cool. Okay. I guess I'll just give you that. Because why not? Wonderful. Wonderful. Alright, then. Okay. What this? Causes Terratus and illusion spells to leave the... okay. Okay. Sigil of proximate action. Create spells that generate an aura around the target. Create spells that travel forward in a path affecting multiple targets. But then we have the focused intent, which, you know, is perfect for these, you know, big La Bamba attacks. Because that's giant boulder. I mean, I guess giant boulder. Unsettled core. Ooh. Ooh. So it's just a radius. Oh, pulse rate of 3. So for 30 seconds, it's just a quick. And it does damage. Ooh, that's interesting. I'm just imagining a miniature Duke sitting on Wiggle's knee. She's sitting like a person, and she leans down and breathes on the back of his neck and looks at her terrified, and she licks his entire body because he's tiny now and her tongue is as big as he is. Okay. Weirdo chat. Okay. Yeah, let's make it emit for longer. I could live without that. Radius of 5 meters. Oh, damn it. I don't have the lore for that. Can set it to there. We'll assign that to that slot. Because I remember I didn't really like that slot. Or I didn't like the spell that was there. And now there's just a constant boom, boom. That will be doing damage to my foes. To my enemies. Interesting. Frost cannot be accented with that. That's interesting. What this do? Frozen affliction. Cool. Yeah, that was the one that... Okay. Immunity to prone. Oh, okay. What's this? 10% hit precision for 3 seconds. 20% graze precision for 3 seconds. Please, Scarf, no, I'm scared. Good. Let me see. I have exactly enough to have this, of which I will take it. Just because, you know, it's precision. It's good stuff. Mischievous Mass. Frightened and blind afflictions for 19.8 seconds. Confused affliction for 9.9 seconds. Okay. I'm sure that there's Withering Cloud. I want to see what this is. -1 armor, all stolen for 12 seconds. -1 resolve. Oh. Okay. I have just enough for this as well. And I kind of like that because that would set up for a nice little combo. Okay, wonderful. I like the magic system. I'm going to be messing around with it a lot, and I apologize for that. Laying down on the floor so you can use Georgia as a pillow. Isn't Georgia your cat? Isn't she fucking small? Don't lay down on your cat. That'll hurt her or something. Stop it. Be blind. Okay. Wanted to talk to you because you just finished some research. I'm happy to say I made great progress. He beams at you as he exhales a welcome breath. Allow me to show you my findings. Recipe Azure Bell and scroll. Cool. Cool. Let's get him researching something else. I really want him researching artifacts, but I'm gonna have to hire another library. Or, yeah, I'm gonna have to recruit another librarian. Or, you know, person here before I can. So, you know, another time. Duke, I think you forgot how incredibly small Scarm is. That doesn't mean anything. Cats are smaller. She's sleeping on a fucking big cat. I'm still gonna say it. Don't sleep on your cat. What the... Oh, wait, hold on. What is this? New item since last visit. Oh, okay. Teacup human. On the subject of spires, tune on favor 1. Dear Murdoch, based on what you've told me, it seems a stretch to believe that events are mere coincidence or circumstance. Kairos' edict, or execution, has a setup for someone to claim the Ascension Hall. To think that Kairos did not know what would happen is a massive underestimation of the Overlord's long view. You have been thrust into the arena of the mighty. Your options are retreat into obscurity, suicide, or rising to the occasion. I suggest the third option. If I were you, I would use my connection to the Spire to see if they will all awaken to my presence. Every Tearsman sees the Spires in the horizon. If they know you are the master of the Spires, they will see you each time they look at the sunrise or sunset. Foster a reputation for power. Make others fear you. That's what I've seen Kairos and every living Archon do for as long as I've lived, and there's a reason for this. There's the practical case that power and a reputation insulate you from threats, but there's the lesser known element that I can't prove, but I know in my heart to be true. The fear and love of others will strengthen your magic. Ooh, the power of love, you say? I will slurp you like spaghetti. Not again. This last part I've inferred from my discussions with Bleed and Mark. In the few times he has spoken of his gruesome work of slaying those who might rise to threaten the Overlord, he has hinted that it's easier to kill the rogue elements before they become famed and fearsome. In my lifetime, I saw Graven Ash change from an unknown militiaman to a fearsome general, and I can assure you he did not have the power to shield his warriors in those days when he was without title or reputation. The Archons will never, ever discuss the origin of their power, because such knowledge might be used against them. But I have known all the Archons to be obsessed with the presentation of power. Your connection to the Spires will all but guarantee the Archons will want to control and destroy you. It's a question of when, not if. Start thinking and acting like an Archon. As far as I'm concerned, you are an Archon. The Archon of the Spires. We are quick to place labels on powers we easily spot, and history is replete with Archons of fire and ice. It is foolish to think that there must be a word for a thing before an Archon can control it. Other way around, the Archons show us what is impossible, and we must step to their dance. Sure.
Dear Myothis, I appreciate the insight and honor by your vote of confidence. Your missive made mention of Graven Ash and how they've known of him since before he wore the title of Archon of War. Can you tell me more of what you observed of his rise to power? If I'm indeed an Archon, it's safe to say I wasn't born knowing what I can or can't do, and it stands to reason I might learn something from the stories of the other Archons. Murdoch.
Cool. And what's this? Stilling the Storm. Fatebinder Regalis. Dear Fatebinder Murdoch, I suspect that your cleverness did not end at the use of local customs of abdication. You make no mistake in your estimate of the child's probable import to the Archon of War. Its continued existence illuminates a gap in his armor, regardless of whether he cherishes the child or resents it. I would warn you to play such games carefully, but you seem to have your eye on the board. Fatebinder Regalis. Cool. Okay, now let's go deal with the people that are like, you can't cross our bridge! We're gonna go kill him. Yep, gonna go kill him.
I got it.
Just gonna break their legs. Gonna stick 1,000 needles into every pressure point on their legs. Their little leggies. Let's go ahead and buff up. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, that's it. It's just nice to buff before we get into anything, you know?
On it.
Do you have anything else? No, you really don't, do you? Huh. Oh, well, you have freezing. Rip. Might as well.
I will aid you.
Okay, time to talk. Seriously, Wiggles, please stop scratching my foot. No thanks. Very fair. What can this humble servant of the Brotherhood do for you, Fatebinder? And don't ask me to let you through, because that isn't happening. If you don't feel like paying the toll, I can point you back the way you came. If you need an idea of where to go, because I can't let you through. Wiggles, I don't know why you're looking at me. I don't know why you're looking at me. Do you need something? You have water and you have food. She's so soft now. You have Georgia pillow? Nice. Might as well just rename the stream to grooming my dog. I'm sure people would be all about that. They'd be like, fucking dog grooming. See? You're fine. Wiggles, can I get a kiss? Hmm? Good girl.
I already spoke to Raytamon and he said I could pass.
Will smirks and shakes his head. Nice try, Fatebinder, but if I don't see a sign from Raytamon, not even Kairos himself would be getting through here. Where is Raytamon? Oh, is that him? Yo, Raytamon, I'm gonna break your freaking kneecaps. Still around, Fatebinder? I hoped you had decided to move on already. Now tell me, what you want or leave.
If you're looking for trouble, here it is.
I knew you couldn't be trusted, Cad. The forces of Kairos will always show their true face if pushed. Raytamon retreats, calling to his men as he runs. Guards, we have a snake in our midst! To arms! I couldn't even fuck him up. Nope, you can deal with them.
At me.
You're a better option to frontline them. Arf the fuck? Spellcasting blocked? Well, that's not good.
No leaving. No, you're dead. Ah!
You can't catch what you can't see. Haha, fool! You have fallen into my trap. Oh, Murdoch's doing well.
I'll I'll tear your... Squirrely bastard, aren't you?
It'll take more than that.
I really just did not have to do anything else there. I was like, well, I mean, you know, I've won.
On it.
What this? Bronze Brotherhood mace. Let's sell it. Kill them all. I often do. Alright, there's the people up here. I guess we can murder them as well. Yeah, Lantry's pretty close to a level. I don't think this will bring him to the level, but it'll get him pretty damn close.
A battle.
Let's see. Yeah, let's do this first.
Bleed out, you little shit.
It's almost as though I was supposed to come here first, because these guys are insanely easy. And again, things got a lot easier after I got my area of effect spells. Like, they're so great. Kill them next. $56.28. I mean, you know, fuck. Man, just those big dick damage attacks. I love them so much. Look, some deer. Ah, they've ran. They fear us, as they should. But still, sadness. Okay, let's go over here. We'll go deal with the Sunset Spire first and foremost. Ooh, that felt great. Georgia has sneezing fit. Did you sneeze back? To battle, the Fatebinder is here. Raise the ramps. Oh, you guys are fucking it fools. Fools.
As you command.
Ooh. That was rude.
This'll take more than that.
They're doing some good damage, and I do not like that. Oh, ooh, ooh, ooh. It'll be fine. It'll be fine if Barrett goes down.
So heavy. Can't move.
Oh, we managed to get him before he went down. That is amazing. Okay, hit them. Knocked a couple of them prone.
This weapon is entirely worthless.
Smack him. Smack him really good. Okay, you need to stop whatever you're doing. You know what? Throw a knife at him. Okay, throw a knife at them then. Just, hacha! I like how little damage it does, but it's such a comical thing to me. Wow. That was very close.
On it.
What's these? Sigil of Rooting. Contains a magical accent which adds a rooted affliction to a force or atrophy skill. Sure. I'm down. Increases it to 155. It's too much. Rooted and dazed, though. Wait. Wait, hold on. When did I go down? When did that... That didn't happen just now, did it? I don't know. Okay, interesting. That's fine, though. I still have a buttfuck load of health. Sturdy metal pole and some cheese. Let me see. Yeah, let's go ahead. Well, actually, yeah, let's do the unsettled core.
Great.
Just want you to destroy them.
I will aid
Knockdown. Ooh, that was 3 prones. That almost never happens. Now let's focus on this person. Ow! That was 122 damage, dickbag. That hurt. This person apparently has a lot of armor. I chose the wrong person to target.
Who says you can't teach an
This is fine, though. Okay. Got rid of them. Sure. Pass down yourself because it'll affect everyone.
You got it.
Okay.
I'll do it for the North.
Nice. Cheese, you say? That's cheese. You're not allowed to sneeze on babies. The irony of that statement is that is a true statement lately. Hold on. Am I suffering from a second wound? I am. Is it that I get another wound if I take massive damage? Because that dude did like over half of my health with one attack, which would make sense to give me a wound in that circumstance. Hi, Captain. I think I said hi, Captain, but you know, have at it a second time. Ooh, how does this match up? Have a bit of shock armor and a bit of pierce armor, but I'd be losing some crush, corrode, and arcane armor. I think we'll just put it into the usual sell me pile. Sturdy metal poles? Where we're going, we don't need sturdy metal poles. We'll just force that bitch down. Have at thee. Well, Lantry, what do you got? What do you got? 267, 265 health with only 13 vitality? It's crazy. But I want to increase his resolve to get him some more lore, because that's where the good stuff's at. Can't get him Lore Master 3 yet, so what should I get you? Lantry's attacks drain magical energy from their targets, silencing them and lowering their magic skills. Maybe. Are imbued with the power of frost and will slow enemies. Passive bonus to subterfuge and dodge skills. I like passive abilities. They make me really happy. But I also like this Mage Slayer. We don't go up against too many magical opponents, and I'm wondering if this stance also allows his spells to be effective as well. Because if so, this is great. Because they tend to be backline, which means that Lantry can be acting as an anti-backline, which would be amazing. And, you know, it would be mass anti-backline because his spells are area of effects. But if that is not the case, I don't know. Slowly moving towards sleep state again. I mean, if you guys sleep, you guys sleep. We'll go with it. Then next level, I can get Lore Master 3, which will allow for even bigger and better spells. Oh, man. The people here seem really upset about me being here. I wonder why.
You see what I see?
Yes, I do. What is this? Frozen Shackles. Frozen Burst. When critically hit, damage 18 and 28 frost versus dodge. Radius 2.5. Ooh. I'm willing to give that to the person, to one of the people that seems to be caught up in constant agony 24/7. This is the junction point for 2 waterfalls that pour over the top of the old walls. Cool.
I got it.
So I can't get up here anymore. As annoying as that is. So I guess we'll just cross the bridge over here, you know, like a normal person. Well, let's get like right there. A little bit further. I think, wait, hold on. Okay, they're in the bazaar area over here. Time for a buff. Hi! Thank you. I will I mean, I like cookies and cream. Yeah, it's got the cookies in it. I'm like, that part's fucking amazing. Sure, I'll take some on the side. Thank you. Oh. Don't like cookies and cream ice cream. I mean, who says such things? Cookies and cream is amazing. Unsold core. Oh, well, you're already casting something. Who's not casting something? You're not casting something.
I will aid you.
There we go. Honestly, that alone should be more than enough. Can you set fire to them? Okay, that was rude.
You cannot win!
Terrified. Uh-oh. That's an issue. Cookies and cream is pretty good, but not amazing. I think it's, you know, I like it. Either way, I like it. Let's try and sunder his armor and get him into a bad spot. As it stands, we're the ones that are in a bad spot. Okay, Lantry's no longer terrified, which is great. I'm gonna put Unsettled Core onto Murdoch, because, you know, he's still alive. Then, thank you. Look, I got pie and ice cream. It's apple pie and ice cream. Finish advertising you, Duke. Wait, what? Where do you advertise me? Yep. I'm happy. I'm so happy. I'm in that state of happiness where I just, like, don't want to do anything for a little bit.
Cannot.
Okay, okay, things are, that's 2 kills right there. Everything's coming up Millhouse.
That was beneath me.
Knocked 1 prone.
As you command.
Yeah, you just finish her off.
Consider it done. See that? I'm not entirely
Yeah,
useless.
damage over time is so great. I love it. Never mock damage over time. We did it. I fear Tolo's community. His community is actually just fine. I like them a lot. Like, they get a bad rep, but they're honestly very down-to-earth people. At least most of them are. I think the real fear of Tolo's community is honestly just the fact that they are too down-to-earth. And then you have Hank Hill, Propane God, and Pyro. Yeah. Then you have those two. And, you know, they knock the bounce off a lot. But, I mean, if you think about it, there's weirdos like that in, like, you know, Cry's chat as well. You know, Cry's got some weirdos in his chat, too. You know, they're just not as open about it because they know that they would they're not as open about it because they know that people would ridicule them. That's the only issue. Like, Tolo, weirdness, it's like, whatever, come on. Whereas Cries, it's like, if you're weird, you will get, like, shit on. Or, like, silently judged, as it were. At least that's my observations. My observations. No, it's a wonderful time, Scarm. Yeah. No, they really aren't. Most of them are just like it's like an Irish pub in Tolo's chat. Like, people are fucking bashing each other, but at the end of the day, they just want to have a pint with one another. As the last of the enemy soldiers dies, life returns to normal Lethian's Crossing. I think I've done something good here. Merchant Helena. Or Helena.
On it.
Sure, I'll take a look at your wares. Fine day, my friend. May I interest you in my wares? I have all manner of goods I know you need.
Can you tell me anything about this seal? I found it in Vindrian's well.
Sorry, I can't help you. I've never seen anything like that before.
Show me what you have for sale.
She pats her hand on her ring belt. Let's see if we can find something you like. Oh. Heavy leather armor. That might be good for verse. Let's see. Maybe not. I'm gonna hold off for a moment so that I can eat this. Otherwise, you know, this ice cream's gonna melt and then I'll be in trouble. Because I won't know what to do with it. You know, it's like melted ice cream. It's like, what do I do? And it's on a plate. If it was in a bowl, I could just be like, give you a bite. Oh, open the fuck up. Here it comes. Eat it. It's good shit. Arf the fuck, Captain? What? From which chat? Tolos? Ah, I see. Well, I don't know. I haven't seen it. Of course, then again, I'm not at Tolos too often. I spent like yesterday in his chat. You know, he was doing his Game Jolt Sundays, and it was a time. Gotta stop for a moment with that. I can feel a brain freeze coming. What this do? Ranged accuracy. One armor penetrated by attacks when inflicting criticals. Juggler's gloves does. I mean that's honestly not that bad. Of warriors plus 10 athletics. Ah. I'm gonna buy that. Oh, they go onto that slot. Oh, I didn't realize. So this one. Well, that's cool. Yeah, no, I'll gladly take that. I can just trade that. How does this match up to your current weapon? Oh, yeah, it's just better. Go Katars. Or K-Tars, as you should probably pronounce it in the South. Broken hilt. Turquoise. I need to get a smith for the towers, cause I know for a fact they would do some good stuff. Hold on. There's a thing down here. Gotta see what it's about. Yep, there's a chest.
Might we not simply break it?
Freedom for the raiding party? I can do that. Oh no. The ice cream. It's melting. Oh no. Oh no, it's too hot in this room. Help. Oh. Quickly, apple pie, soak. I'm sorry I'm being on stream, but it's melting. I don't have much of a choice. Why didn't I think about this ahead of time? Why did I say give me the ice cream? Ah, help. Well, my shirt is on, goddammit. What are you talking about? Are you fucking blind?
See that?
Oh, nice pearl. Yard, me beautiful pearl. Biotis. Well, welcome, friend. The merchant cries out to you, his belt jingling with rings. He waves his arms about in a dramatic presentation of his wares. What brings you to my humble trading post? Have you a certain something in mind or just browsing?
Can you tell me anything about this seal? I found it in Vindrian's well.
I have never seen that before. You'll have to ask one of the other merchants.
Well, at least show me what you have.
Do you have anything cool? Forge-bound apprentice armor. Oh, hey, thunder. Ooh, sigil of fire. Yeah! Yeah, we can finally make fireball! Yeah! Oh, isn't it? Oh, yeah. I already have one. We can finally make fireball! Fucking yes. Yes. I want that. And then I want what do I want? No. Oh, Frostfire. Oh. Sure. Where is it? No. Wait. Does it not? I don't think. Oh, no. No, oh, no. Hold on. Let me. Yeah, it needs limitless boundaries. Oh, no. Well, is there some other... Oh, no, that... Hold on, which one do I have? Affect single target. Oh, I need the distant impact. There we go. Fireball, yeah! Big ol' fireball. Yeah! Projectiles 2. Ooh. Double fireball. Yeah! Time for a 3 damage fireball. I'm down. 12 to 18 fire versus dodge, but then it fires 2. Yeah, we could reduce the cooldown, or, hold on, if I remove that, puts it at 150. Ah! Yeah, we could at least put on the Sigil of Strength 1 to make it so it's 15 and 23 damage. And then, let me see. Yeah, we'll go ahead and reduce the waiting time assigned to that. Yes, get rid of that. I want it. Yeah!
Will
Awesome.
do.
All right. Hold on. Let's take a look at this spell. Let's take a look. Oh, right. It has to actually target a person.
No, sorry.
Damn it. Okay, well, I guess we'll try it out in the next combat that I encounter. I guess. There's all these places I can supposedly enter. Which, you know, I'm curious about. But I want to loot out here first. Oh, there's an item right there. Oh, gotta go back for it. Yeah. Doesn't matter. Well, I mean, I'm thinking about this. Yeah, I didn't even loot up over here.
Yes.
Yeah, let's actually go down there. And then we'll work, like, systematically, you know. Door to door, break in, take what we want, you know. See what happens. It'll be fine. It'll be a fun time. I'm sure of it. Oh, that's where I'm supposed to be. That's down, so I'm pretty sure it's a ring and I can go around and meet up with it. So yeah, let's start breaking into people's houses. I'm going to break into people's houses and wreck up the place. Sleepy, go to fuck to bed. Siren, oh, you're a companion. I know for a fact you're a companion. Because I came across an artifact that only you could equip. Siren stands here, surrounded by a group of villagers. She speaks to them in soft, dulcet tones, holding them hypnotized when her hand motions. Her headdress flashes as she speaks, and you are unable to tell if it's a trick of the light or the gem in is actually growing. She is swept up in her oration and seems completely unaware you've arrived. There's a lull in her conversation as she opens her eyes.
Well, look who's here. And what brings you to Lethian's Crossing? Can't imagine it's the scenery or the quaint locals. Have you come to spoil my fun?
Have a good night, Scarm.
Tunon probably insisted you find me, didn't he? Because we can't let Siren have any fun, can we? Let's control her. Let's tell her what she can and can't do. Let's use her to destroy nations.
As she speaks, the crowd around her appears agitated, and the air in the room grows heavy and warm. Suddenly, she smiles.
But enough of that talk. What do you think of my followers?
She makes a motion over the group gathered at her feet. As she speaks, you feel a peaceful serenity washing over you. The crowd calms and breathing becomes easier.
Very nice. As long as you don't let it get out of hand.
Oh, stop that, Fatebinder. It's not like I'm hurting anyone. Well, at least not yet.
She laughs and the feeling in the room buoys. You smile without even realizing you wanted to.
Enough of this, Siren. I want you to join me. Someone with your power needs help directing it.
Why on earth would you want that? I can't imagine you're doing it out of the goodness of your heart. Oh, Tunon must have had a hand in this. Or Narat. Maybe I'd rather stay here where people won't insist on ordering me around all the time. Although, you did activate one of the spires, so your power is something I could learn from, and you are right. I'm certainly not going to make any significant advances staying here with a bunch of nobodies worshipping me. Watching you in action could give me the edge I need to unlock a spire of my own. Fine. I will allow you the glorious gift of my presence in your party. Well then, let's go. If you're gonna teach me the wonders of the world, it's not gonna happen here.
I guess, wait, level 15? What the Oh, because they started off at a level equal to the highest leveled person, of which Lantry is. Okay.
Goodbye to you too.
Yeah, let's give her a test run. Let's see what all she can do. Hold on. There's a 0 right there. Breath. Okay, what's your entire thing about? She appears to be a caster. Oh yeah, she a caster. Lore of 82? Man, talk about weak, am I right? Oh, on the subject of spires. Murdoch, this is the sort of question that can get you killed. Very little is known about how Archons are born or come to power, and my lifelong Or my long life has taught me that Kairos and the Archons prefer it that way. If the young and talented remain forever in the dark, the old and mighty can rule without challenge. I heard of Ash. He will always be merely Ash to me before Kairos renamed him and gave his legion that backhanded title as a rebel, a grimy, illiterate partisan who was winning battles while his countrymen of the Northern Kingdom lost left and right. Ash was always a good leader, but he wasn't born able to mystically reach out and protect his soldiers. The earliest mention of it isn't even until the tail end of the Northern Conquest. And if you read the journals, they don't tell stories of grievous harm warded off by Ash's stern looks. Instead, they talk of his soldiers finding their fears and doubts lifted from them by Ash's presence. A careful reading suggests the ability to actively protect physical harm came years later, as that bound grew, and more importantly, as his legend grew. That legend part is the key detail, in my understanding. An Archon's power is something of a self-fulfilling prophecy. The widespread perception of an Archon's power is the very thing that strengthens an Archon's power. So in Ash's case, he had some early inkling of a power, the ability to assuage the burdens of his men, and he took on a mantle of power and became known all around Terratus as the next Archon of War. It soon became the ability to bear the physical burdens of his men, not just their fears and doubts. Thus, my advice to you is to act like an Archon. Take power where you can find it. Foster fear, foster love. Never walk through life anonymously, but rather live in the thoughts of your followers and the anxieties of your enemies. Sure.
Your wisdom on the matter is greatly appreciated. You made mention of Bleed and Mark and his killings. During my training, Fatebinder Callio hinted that much of Bleed and Mark's works involved killing off threats before they blossom into genuine problems. So I was curious to hear you second that fact. So, let's say for the sake of argument, I am some Archon. Is it just a matter of time until Bleed and Mark is sent to kill me? Should I be making grand displays of loyalty to the court to assuage his suspicion? Murdoch.
Cool. Okay. Hold on. Let's see what you're about. Okay, 14 points. And then this whole thing. Songs. Okay, so she's more like a bard, I guess. Oh boy. Dual vocalization. Through the mastery of her vocal potential and with the aid of her magic, Siren gains the ability to sing 2 songs simultaneously. Ooh, that's cool. Okay. Song that terrorizes enemies with notes that conjure horrifying visions of the Bane. A violent song that chills the bones of foes with extreme cold magic. Ooh. A song that retells the events of Kairos' conquest over the Tiers. Its 6 stanzas represent each nation of the Tiers that fell before Kairos' might. Okay. An old song, Oh, okay. Okay. I think I see how this works. So it's basically 6-second increments, a new verse is sung, and then that will have a different effect as the song is being sung. Okay. Oh, gosh. This is interesting. Okay. What's this? The song that is sung in the name of Fatebinder. Its words empower allies and ensure their victory. Ooh. Ooh, I see some healing magic. What's this? Ooh, more buffs. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, there's some cool stuff. What can I get ya? Siren releases a quick sonic blast that deals crush damage to enemies and forcefully pushes them away from her. Okay. Maintains a damage prevention field around herself. Any damage, even if prevented by resonant field, will briefly stop this field from regenerating. Shield for 20 damage until damaged. Well, she seems like the ultimate support. Like, Lantry is kind of in that middle point now, where he can act as, you know, support, but also huge DPS. Whereas her, it looks as though she's basically either a debilitator or a support. One of the two. I cannot intimidate Skarm with weird-ass videos for me life. I mean, Skarm's pretty unaffected. He thinks I'm a little intimidated by the fact they and Snizzle find this video amusing too. I'm gonna ask that you please refrain from subjecting me to any torture. That is my only request. Yeah, let's go ahead and grab this resonant field, because it is a passive from the looks of it. Okay. Ooh. Siren accelerates her vocal progression, increasing the speed of her songs and causing her to move through each stanza more quickly. That could be useful. Fractures the armor of her foes. Enemies in the area cannot defend against Siren's voice and have their armor sundered for a short time. They're both good. Gains breath at the start of combat? Sure. Siren learns to precisely channel her voice towards nearby enemies, gaining an accuracy bonus to her offensive songs. Focuses her voice and raises her pitch to deafening levels. Those caught in Siren's attacks take arcane damage and are interrupted. Sure. When Siren is defeated, her final breath unleashes a potent wave of vengeful emotion. All enemies nearby become weakened, dazed, and frightened. Let's take that one. Siren bombards her enemies with a cacophony of tormenting notes. Those that fail to resist her power are confused. Let's do the Cry of Despair. You know, as a, backup in case she goes down. What are these ones over here? Immune to engagement? Ooh. She's got such cool... she's so cool. She's got such cool stuff. Bounty, the quicker pick her up, or... How's it going, Ro? What are you up to? Remember Zoo Books? Absolutely I remember Zoo Books. Why? Siren's area generates lightning and strikes all foes near her, and then chained to distant enemies. Those struck are knocked prone and dazed. Ooh. Siren maintains a field of sound around her that retaliates against attackers. Melee attackers have their damage reduced for a short time. Yeah, let's learn that. And then Siren recalls a nightmare and begins to sing. The power in her voice creates an embodiment of her memory that will terrify and torment her foes. I feel as though Siren's just gonna have so much to her that, like, you know, she can adequately, you know, change up, you know, like, she can completely change how the battle is going, I think. But we'll see. I mean, I'm down for that. Summon Embodied Nightmare? Like an actual summon? Is that... If?
It's on the same vein as the commercials about the best loves songs of the 80s and Shirley Temple DVDs. Gosh, Shirley Temple. She had a terrible, supposedly terrible childhood. Alleged terrible childhood. Alleged. It's unknown. Siren's area bolsters the party's resolve, extending the duration of their helpful effects and granting them increased dodge and parry. I'm down. Slows her vocal progression, reducing the speed of her songs and causing her stanzas to last longer. Siren's non-threatening appearance causes foes to underestimate her, granting her a large bonus to disengage defense. I like that. Sure. Anything to make me tank longer. Okay, let's take the stuff that just increases that lore. I don't want to spend 2 points to increase lore. I think it's worth it. A 23 resolve. And then I think we'll just put those last 3 points towards vitality to make sure that she stays in a good shape. You know, it's a great way to stay in shape. Yeah. I can't remember all of the details. I remember watching a video on YouTube about it. Which, you know, because I like listening to people give interesting facts while I am doing other things. And, you know, I end up listening to a video that completely covered Shirley Temple. But, long story short, she is probably one of the strongest, females to ever come out of Hollywood. I don't know why I said come out of Hollywood so violently there. I could do that. Can't give area of effect to that. I think we just set her up with all of the, you know, damage everyone things. Yo, get her a good old-fashioned fireball. Fireball. $95. It's always 1 point. It's always 1 point too much. Every time. Well, there's a fireball for you. Let's get you set up with Ice Spike. Or Rhyme Spike, whatever. I think, again, always 1 point too much. Do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Wait. That's not right. There we go. Stone Spike, that, and then that. There we go. Again, area of effect is just great in this game because you don't have to worry about your allies getting hit. You don't have to worry about it, and it's amazing. It's a wonderful, wonderful thing. It's a great way to stay in shape. 2 more spells. What else could I set up with? Sure. Her control illusions is not all that great. Actually, what is her best thing? What is her best
Spell casting ability. Is there a way for me to see that? I'm pretty sure there is. Her entire thing is performance, though. That's her thing. I don't know. What does that do? It does a thing. That's great. There's always that. There's always that. There's always that. Yeah, they're all options. Oh, that's some heavy ass thunder. That is terrifying. I used to never be scared of storms, but in recent days, like, I have just had an immense fear of storms. Sure. Can't wait for tomorrow, though. Although I don't know what time exactly I'm getting my pre-order key. Hi, Crow. For which game, Rope? Smooth McGroove.
I got it.
Mother Nature is scary, bitch. Honestly, yeah. No, like, again, I used to never be scared of storms, but you know, in recent days, I've just been terrified. I think my paranoia can't. Well, actually, no. Here, I think this is the reason why. It's because every time, literally every time, it even remotely rains over here, there is a flash flood and a tornado warning. Every time without fail. I can never be like, oh, hey, some nice rain. I can kind of, you know, crack the window and just kind of listen and enjoy. Nah, it's like, motherfucker, it's gonna fucking rain. You're gonna die if you're asleep when it starts to flood, or when you start hearing that train sound. It's like, oh, god damn it, I can't just enjoy myself anymore. Barrick, is this better than your weapon? It's got slightly better DPS, but less recovery. 0.25 seconds of recovery. That's not too bad. But the ring blade makes it so that every time he kills, we get a ring. What does this do? On weapon crit, foe target is pushed 0.5 meters. I want the rings. I guess. It's such a minuscule difference, I'm not worried about it. Yeah, Minecraft Dungeons, I gotcha. I have absolutely no interest in that game at all. But I hope that... I hope that it is a fun game for you,
Can't do
Rhodes.
that.
Do I have 3 wounds? My fucking Christ, man. These wounds need a goddamn stop. My fellow Americans, these wounds, they need to stop. I want to play Wasteland 2. I want to make a party that is the Mount Rushmore party. Just want to grab pictures for all of the for the 4 presidents that are on Mount Rushmore and just turn them into a party. The fuck is Wasteland 2? You don't know Wasteland 2? You know, it's Wasteland is basically the spiritual successor. Well, actually, sorry. Fallout is the spiritual successor of Wasteland. Wasteland was, you know, the very first Wasteland game was made first, and then Fallout went, you know, the people that made Fallout went, ooh, that's a good idea. We should make something like that. We should improve upon that, and they did. Oh, whoops, those people could be talked to. I gotta go back in.
Wasteland 2, of course, is a sequel of Wasteland 1. It's I mean, it's an isometric RPG, I suppose, is what it is. Basically imagine like Fallout Tactics, and that's Wasteland 2, except it's a little bit less funky. Yeah, I should put that up as an option for the next game that I play. What I'm currently feeling for the next game that I play, and, this could very well change, just because my memory is that of a gopher that, has gotten its head bashed in by a cat. Currently what I'm thinking of playing after this is Wasteland 2, or, putting up for a vote, is Wasteland 2, Final Fantasy X and X-2, and there's a third one. I already forgot. I had a third one in mind, but I've forgotten it, so I guess, well, I don't want to go into Pillars of Eternity after this, because, similar, but, details. A bright-faced woman greets you as you approach. Welcome to Lethian's Crossing, Wanderer. My name is Phaedra, and this is my beautiful wife, Dea. She indicates a stone-faced blonde woman standing next to her, who holds up her hand in a quick greeting. What brings you to town? Whoa, 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 whoa. You're telling me there's gay representation in this game? That's crazy. You are telling me that in a place of pure tyranny, the gays are treated better than in modern day life? I don't believe it.
What can you tell me about Lethian's Crossing?
I've lived here most of my life, but honestly, I'm not sure there's much to say. She looks contemplative. We're a center for trade and a waypoint for travelers. The walls are a little scary, but you get used to them over time. She looks at Dea. What about you, dear? Dea shrugs, her expression never changing. What is there to say? The town is all right, but living under the thumb of an occupying force makes it hard to truly relax. Phaedra puts her hand on Dea's shoulder, and Dea sighs. Sorry, we couldn't be more help. Phaedra shrugs sheepishly.
You haven't always lived here?
Several years before Kairos' invasion, I moved away from Lethian's Crossing. Being the granddaughter of Lethian came with a responsibility I wasn't ready for. I met Dea in the Bastard City and decided to stay for a while. We were living in the Bastard City when we heard about Kairos' forces moving to the Tiers, so we took that as our motivation to move. She laughs. And I think we got out of there at just the right time. We traveled a bit with a couple of caravans, but nothing really seemed like home until I returned to Lethian's Crossing. You never realize how much you can miss a place until you've been away for a while. She wraps her arm around Dea and squeezes. But I could live anywhere as long as this one is with me. It's true that trade hasn't been as vibrant here recently, but I'm sure it's simply a temporary setback. The merchants will sing and dance for you, trying to convince you their suppliers are unaffected, but everyone is feeling it. I have faith that the world will set itself right soon enough. People call me a fool, but I don't see the benefit in bemoaning your fate. You take what life hands you and make it your work. Or make it work. Blah, blah, blah. It's funny that you mentioned that, Captain, because, like, again, when it comes to... So Arcadum... I've been to Arcadum's Discord, and, he has a living world for D&D. Basically, a world that is affected by what happens during streams, and then it gets translated into the world for his Discord. But one of the things that they have for, basically, like, players and dungeon masters are supposed to read this guide, before they start doing anything, you know, so that they know the rules. And one of the things that they have is actually just, you can just perform a ritual, like you can just pay, a church or, you know, cleric, whatever, to perform a ritual, to create a baby. And you know, I thought about that, and it's like, yeah, I mean, people often forget it. People are way too easy to forget this, but in D&D, it's a free world. If you want a spell to change your sex, you could just create it. You know, go to your GM and be like, hey, I want to create a spell. You know, type out the spell, send it to them, be like, I want this. You know, and that entire conversation with Free, it's like, you know, I had that thought. It's like, you know, you're trying to paint out like, oh, can I use change appearance to change my sex? And it's like, just make a spell for it. You know, I think a spell that changes your sex is probably as simple as, you know, that it's a transmutation. It's probably a, you know, second or third level spell. Something. You know, it's probably not that complicated. You know, at least I would think so. Or, you know, pay a church to perform a ritual in order to, you know, create a child. It's great. Your Lethian's granddaughter? Your Lethian's granddaughter. One of many, I suspect. But I'm the only one anyone knows about. And before you ask, no, Eldian is not my father. Maybe you haven't heard, but my grandmother wasn't exactly the settling down type.
What's your opinion on the Bronze Brotherhood?
I haven't had any real problem with them. They might be a little rough around the edges, but they seem to be trying to help the city. They call all hang, Dea interrupts, her face showing the first bit of true emotion since the conversation started. I've seen nothing but misery where they interfere. If you have the coin, they'll do anything. They're thieves and murderers, and I can't wait to see them trampled. She emphasizes her words by spitting on the ground between her feet. Dea, Phaedra says, consoling her. I'm sorry about that. I do my best to make our lives here as easy as I can, but there's only so much I can do to alleviate the pain of the past. I don't think that will ever be fixed.
Thank you for your time.
Anytime, traveler, Phaedra says happily. If you need anything else, just let me know. Good. If we kill these people, we're at least making somebody happy. That means we're doing the right thing. That's an interesting time. I mean, you know, I'm not in that chat very often just because it's a bit overwhelming. And also, in order to keep my love of D&D, I try not to surround myself with too much D&D. I feel as though that's the best way to get me to burn out on something, to reveal myself to it endlessly. So, you know, I try not to be there too often, but, you know, that was an interesting experience. Master, the Fatebinder's here. Zdania, Master of the Forge. Zdania turns and approaches you. Her lithe body moving fluidly as she walks. She stops before you, her stance solid and sure, but you see she is standing lightly on her feet, ready to move if necessary. She never takes her eyes off of you, but you know she is actually aware of her surroundings. Fatebinder, may the fires of the forge never cool. She salutes you. I had hoped our paths would cross. Word has reached my ears of your hand in removing the Edict of Storms from Sentinel Stand Keep. She nods to you in a small salute. That was no small feat. I would ask you how you did it, but I'm sure you have more important things to talk about. In my years leading the Forge Bound, I have never heard of a Fatebinder accomplishing something of such significance. It is an honor to meet someone of such distinguished deeds.
What can this servant of the flame do for you?
Why have you come to Lethian's Crossing?
That's me in League, and yet I'm a masochist. I have never... I mean, you know, I didn't play League very much, but I don't think I've ever played a game that was really, like... That was toxic enough in order to really get to me. Actually, Overwatch, I had a few games in that where, you know, it was extremely toxic, and I was just like, what the fuck? But, you know, basically, whenever it comes to online competitive games, one of the best things that you can do is just be one of the first people to speak up and set the positive motion. You know, start it off positive so that people are like, yeah, no, let's think positively. Because people work a lot better when they're in a positive mindset versus when they're in a negative mindset. Peach water.
What an odd question, Fatebinder. When you showed up in the forge, I thought you had been sent to check up on me. As my mission came directly from Tunon, shouldn't you already know? I was tasked with creating an artifact to protect the Forgebound from the Bane. We had been delayed too often and lost too many of our own, so it was decreed that something must be done. I created the Magebane Helm to keep the Bane at bay. Once the helm is in place, its magic will keep the Bane locked away inside the old walls. Our goals are the same. I was sent to ensure the Forgebound can continue making weapons for the disfavored. Then you are in luck. Once the helmet has been placed, the interruptions caused by the Bane will be no more, and the Forgebound can truly return to their work. Well, I mean, she just explained why she created the helm. Why do the Forgebound stay here if the Bane are such a threat? The Forge is in the shadow of the old walls in an area rich with iron. We have ample supply of raw material and the influence of ancient magics. It's an acceptable risk in the helm, and with the helm in place, the Bane will no longer be an issue. More interested in the setting of League of Legends. Fair enough. It's got some interesting lore stuffs. Why were you asked to create the item? Couldn't any Forgebound here do it? All Forgebound are masters at their craft, but also has their special talents. The Magebane required someone whose skill were well above those who haven't been practicing as long as I have. Tunon wanted a masterpiece, so he asked the master. How you become the master of the Forgebound? I was trained at a young age to be a warrior, but never felt any connection to that life, except when I was instructed how to repair my equipment. The first spoke to me. It sang when I stroked it and told me where to swing my hammer to achieve the proper shape. I knew from the first moment that would be my life. I apprenticed with the Forgebound and focused exclusively on my craft. Soon my skills were superior to everyone else. I took risks with magics no one else dared to touch and created some of the most powerful artifacts ever to come from the Forgebane. Kairos recognized my skill and granted me the title of Master of the Forge. This is why Tunon asked me personally to create an artifact to protect Lethian's Crossing. There's certain words that I speak, and it feels like there's a vibration in my nasal cavity. It's weird. But I'm only noticing it with the headphones on. So, I don't know what that's about. In any case, hi Zara. How's it going, dude? What you up to? I was sent to ensure all was well with the Forgebound. Everything seems in order here. I will take my leave. As you wish, Fatebinder. I was just on my way to place the helmet. If you wouldn't mind, I'd like you to join us. The settlers have created a spot on the 3rd tier. I will meet you there.
Sure. Why not?
Corona? I don't think so. If it was Corona, I'd probably actually be feeling like shit. Eldian. The sunburnt man dips his hand in greeting. An outsider never arrives alone. At least that is what my mother always said. Seems she knew what she was talking about. He nods thoughtfully at his words. I'm Eldian. Welcome to Lethian's Crossing. You must be the one everyone is talking about. Tunon's Fatebinder, right? Eldian looks you over and shrugs. Hearing stories about your exploits in Vendrian's Well, I expected you to be 12 feet tall and shoot fire from your mouth. Can't always tell the contents of a pie from its crust, can you? Not really a fan of the way you use your weapon to say hello, but this isn't the first time blood was shed over Lethian's Crossing, and certainly won't be the last. I won't pretend I'll miss the Brotherhood. But enough of my prattling. You didn't come here for a history lesson? Lesson? Or to get my opinion of your grandeur. He waves his hand dismissively at his previous comments. I see that you've collected the Archon of Song. He bows slightly at Siren. You're taking her with you, yes? Nobody's collected me, old man. Siren scowls down her nose at Eldian. I'm only too happy to see the last of your fetid backwater trading post. Of course, Mistress Archon. Eldian scratches the back of his head. We always treasure your presence here at the crossing. He coughs and turns his attention to you. What can this old fool do for you? You need a haircut, not the chops, but the top hair is starting to look like a mullet. No, I know. I absolutely do. I need to find where my things are. And honestly, I just need to buzz cut it. I think it'll probably look a lot better buzz cut than anything else. Corona does affect people differently. Lefty believes that they may have had corona because supposedly in a few select people, all coronavirus does is cause your feet to like break out into a rash, and it's weird. Buzzcut's the best and simplest. It also just, complements the chops. It makes it so this is longer than this, and it looks good. At least in my opinion.
Can I ask you some questions about... I want to learn about Lethian's Crossing. I'll be on my way. Of course. I must go to the spire to make sure everything is ready. I'll meet you there when Zdania is ready to place the artifact.
I don't know if her name is supposed to be... so... Probably the most common language that has, unnecessary non-vowels...
Will do.
...is,
That wasn't so hard.
Various African languages, oh my good. Ooh. Forge bound hammer. Oh, it's just that. It's that. We'll just sell it. But, so the most common thing that you'll probably see is an in before the start of a name. You're supposed to just drop that. It's weird. But most of those letters you're supposed to just drop. Their entire purpose for being is that you're supposed to start off with your lips in that position, but then you just drop it. So it's if it's in D, it would be D. But you don't actually pronounce the D. It's interesting. These worn iron weapons look as if they have been recently repaired and are being ready to be shipped back out. Blah, blah, blah. More stuff. Vagrant's chore. Vagrant's chore. Armor is still warm to the touch. Master of casting. Ulantis surveys the room with an air of superiority. He addresses you without making eye contact.
Is there something you want? Is there a problem?
His eyes carefully watch Lohara as he answers you.
Yes, but these are forge-bound matters. Nothing that concerns the High Court of Tunon, I can assure you. What do you do here in the forge? I keep things running smoothly. Upkeep, mostly.
He smiles coyly.
I am also second in command to Lohara, so in case anything ever happens to her, I'm free to take charge.
Lohara, Master of Tampering. So ask familiars can vary based on how the DM describes it, but is there anything set in stone lore-wise about them? About familiars? Basically, just everything in the Find Familiar spell. That is the only things that are guaranteed about familiars, as I understand it. And Adventure Time game on PlayStation now. Cool. A muscular woman stands upright from her forge and turns to look at you. The lights of the fire playing across her face, making her eyes dance dangerously. A toothy smile breaks across her mouth, an only bright spot on her soot-stained face.
Do you kill with your left hand or your right hand?
She rubs blackened palms together, eyeing you expectantly.
Normally I can tell at a glance, but you are a little harder to read.
Ah, I see. You need to know which, you need to know if you need to make a left or right-handed hammer, is that correct?
Right.
Noted. She clears her throat and wipes her blackened hands on the canvas of her smock.
I am Lohara, Master of Tempering, and Forge Master of Lethian's Crossing. My tasks exceed the hours left in the day, but there's no harm in pausing my work if it means speaking with the Fatebinder. How can I be of assistance?
Are you well? You look weary.
Ecstatic. Her voice is matter-of-fact and a smile creeps in. The ritual of the forge links hearts to hammers. My blood beats only when I strike my ingot. My forge runs too hot if my breath becomes too hurried. The bond is both fatiguing and exhilarating.
That has to be something lore-wise. Well, the thing about D&D is that everything from previous editions is still true. Unless it is a complete and utter rewrite, you know, such as, like, most of the second and third edition gods don't exist anymore, but part of that is also because, you know, things have happened to cause those gods to cease to exist. But, you know, but yeah, when it comes to familiars, technically, old lore still counts. It's just, they didn't want to actually have a focus, and even then, there isn't much lore to familiars. They're quite literally just beings that you have given a form to in order to serve you. That is literally all familiars are. And that is how it has been since, like, the beginning of D&D. A few big names off. Oh, yeah. Oh, okay, I gotcha. Yeah. Which they kind of have to, because, like, right now, it's weird because PlayStation Plus, you know, is competing against, you know, of course, Steam, but it's also competing against, the Xbox Gamer Pass, which is doing amazingly well. The bond is both fatiguing and exhilarating.
Couldn't that kill you?
I should hope so. She laughs, her face blushing the color of molten metal. Better than being defiled and killed by brigands, poisoned by grain rot, or slain by childbirth. Okay. Would not a soldier wish to die in battle?
Is that how you excel at your craft?
Well, that in practice, she scowls. But yes, the rituals link the senses of the materials in the body to the tools. My hand becomes a joint, the hammer the true end of my arm. I feel the heat of the forge as if it were the weather of the room. Under such circumstances, true focus can emerge.
Fascinating. Let's speak of other matters. Can you make something for me?
Can? She lifts an eyebrow. Most certainly. Will? Well, Kairos invented cues for a reason. She lets slip a sigh. I have every Iron Walker and every Scarlet Chorus ringleader sending me bribes and flattery in hopes that I'll work off schedule and make them some special this or one-of-a-kind that. Her mouth moves as if to speak, but she falls silent, folding her arms.
I did not realize the request was so thoughtless. My apologies.
I get unreasonable demands every day, but it's not the volume, it's the purpose. She lowers her voice to a near whisper and steps closer to you. I do resent the Kairos demands reduce our work to mere quotas. I should be allowed to customize my work for every soldier. Only apprentices have anything to learn from making the same helmet again and again.
Forget I asked. Why do you want to know if I kill with my left hand or right hand? Right hand or left hand? One of the two.
Good being you stream the game so you don't have to download a big game. However, it does mean you need a decent connection. It protects the game very well because you only have part of the game at once. Yeah, but it also means you need an internet connection. Not everyone has that. Of course, you know, if that is the situation, then the hope is that you can get your hands on a disc. But, you know, then it's a matter of cost. The gauntlet is the hardest piece of the panoply, and the most rewarding to work. So many scales of so many different sizes. Then there's the rivets. She slides her thumb and fingers together, shedding flecks of soot and iron dust. I imagine you see a lot of battle in your line of work. One gauntlet is invariably going to wear out before the other. My mind is always thinking on what will need repairs first. It's as simple as that.
I must be going. I'm leaving.
What is life without internet? Exactly, which is why internet should be decided as a necessity of life rather than as a well, you know, rather than as a luxury. I believe internet is a necessity, not a luxury. But you know, I don't make laws. Potions.
Will do.
Wait, in here. This point concurred. Yep. Unfortunately, Spectrum was only like, oh yeah, we'll give like, you know, we'll allow people to sign up for free for like a month. It's like a month is, you know, that, you know, what they were really hoping for was like, oh hey, a month is enough to get you hooked on what good internet feels like, and then you'll want to pay for it. Which I think is very scummy. I guess I have the best subterfuge skill now, don't I? Not sure anymore. Hold on, subterfuge. 67, 62, 78. Oh. 36. Oh, Landry has the best subterfuge. Man, good for him. Let's just put this on him for if we ever need to make up a little bit of extra. The back wall of this home has long since crumbled away, revealing the old walls behind it. He's a trillionaire, wrote. Jeff Bezos is a trillionaire, and he's one of the shittiest human beings in the entire world. And what you're thinking of, Sarah, is probably, if I had to guess, it's probably Google, fuck, what is it called? It was the thing that Google was doing. I'm forgetting what it's called right now. Hold on. Fuck. Basically, Google was planning to put up lines across the nation and would be giving away affordable internet at the cost of, like, cheap, like $15 a month. But every time they put up a poll, they would get hit with a lawsuit from Spectrum or Comcast. You know, some competitor in the area would bring up a lawsuit saying, oh, hey, that poll should have been ours. And basically every poll would cost Google, like, it would cost the amount to put it up, which, was a few thousand, for property and then the actual installation. But then the lawsuit would make it, like, would increase it to, like, 70, 80,000 per poll, which is just not worth it. Sorry, Fatebinder. Bane has been spotted in growing numbers recently, so Eldian has asked us to do a thing.
I am out of practice, but I'll try.
I do believe the internet had led to a lack of social skills for people that would normally be socializing. However, it helps that those that would almost never socialize. It helps those that would never socialize. And in actuality, I think that if you can come across the right people on the internet, you can very well acquire social skills. You just have to find them. I think the real issue with it is that, certain people draw in certain attention. So let's say you're a fan of Keemstar. You get drawn into that crowd, and that crowd is very immature. They have a very specific set of beliefs that this is a person that, should be looked up to, and in reality, this is a person that goes about their life causing drama in order to make money. And, the people around instigate that. However, that being said, as a personal anecdote, I met my friend Snake's Left Eye here on Twitch, and they have been probably one of the best mentors I've ever had in my life. They've really helped me out with just, sort of figuring myself out. Getting to a point where I can much more easily handle myself. The wall appears to have been damaged years ago and was never properly fixed. Lefty is a very good being. Lefty is a wonderful, wonderful human being, and I absolutely adore them. It's like, I only knew them for, like, like a year? Not even a year or something. Like a few months, before it was like, before TwitchCon, and I was like, hey, could I stay with you? And they were completely down with it. It was so cool, and I would never have been able to go to TwitchCon last year or the year before if I had not met Lefty. because it really cut down on the costs. It is done. It is done. I have made helmet.
Good, good. Now the people of Lethian's Crossing have one less thing they must worry about. Fatebinder, will you go inside and see what the effect the helm is having on the Bane? Kairos' laws state that no one is allowed to enter the old walls. But if no one goes inside, we will never know if the helm is working. I will do this for you. Thank you, Fatebinder. Your help is invaluable. I just need to know my citizens are safe.
He holds out a small stone with glyphs etched on it.
Take this. It is the keystone to enter the old walls. The entrance is directly below us, and good luck.
Will do.
Yeah, Lefty's very down to earth. You know, if I say something if I say something that, I mean, I never say, immature shit anymore, but if I ever say something like, you know, like from personal experience interacting with someone and we both deem it as, typically I know when their reaction is going to be, fuck that shit. Because if I think it sounds immature, they absolutely think it sounds immature. And we both have that reaction of fuck that shit. If it is stupid.
Good day, a fine friend. Could I interest you in all manner of provisions? There's no telling what may befall you on your travels. You tell me anything about this seal. I found it on Vindrian's well. I don't recognize it, but one of the other merchants here might. Between us all, there has to be someone who has seen it in their travels. Show me what you have for sale. I know we'll find something you need,
he says, gesturing to the goods piled on his stand. Vile tongue. That, ooh, that's pretty. Unfortunately, it's blue. Therefore, it's useless to me. Man, we got 11 iron rings. That's crazy. That's so much money. Merchant Tychus, Merchant Bastilla. Apologies for a lack of more informational chatting a bit low. No, you don't have to apologize. Yeah, you don't have to apologize at all, Captain. Fucking, if you're feeling low energy, feel free to just chill out and relax. Good day to you. Might I interest you in all manner of provisions? Who knows what you'll run into outside of Lethian's Crossing?
Can you tell me anything about this seal? I found it in Vindrian's well.
Basilla looks at the seal for a few moments and shakes her head. Can't say I recognize it, but I don't really get into affairs outside of Lethian's Crossing, unless I have to. Hachian Bronze might, though. He seems to be well-traveled. What do you have for sale? Ooh, some greater healing potions, you say? Also, these. Sigil Frost, we already know this, right? Yeah, we don't need that. Don't take those greater healing potions. Potions! What makes the world go round? Sigil of Lightning, though, that is something I have not come across yet. Trade. Sing me a lullaby, you cannot sleep. God damn it, Scott. I can't. Stop serving loud insomnia. He's being stupid. Yep. Mom's a camel scarm. Okay. Cough. Cough, cough, cough. Hey, you could go with a few more health potions. There you go. Alright, go ahead and take these greater healing potions, Barrick. Why not? While we're at it, you can come over to my house and fuck my sister. Ball lightning. Oh! Oh! I've seen ball lightning. Static charge. Okay. Electric jolt. Charged fist. Pop my neck. And I feel great. Yeah, no, let's do that. And let's just increase it to a 55, 16, and 23 shock damage. That sounds, you know, decent. I just want to assign that to Barrick. Welcome, welcome. The merchant motions you over. What can I get for you today? Be sure to stock up before you leave. There's plenty of wilds between here and the bastard city.
Could you tell me anything about the seal I found? And its inventor as well.
Tychus turns it over in his hand, shakes his head. Doesn't look like any seal I've encountered. Sorry, someone else might know, though.
Yeah, for sale.
Jack Fuckadilly. Why can't you sing a lullaby? 'Cause I don't wanna. I don't like singing. Which is very interesting because, well, actually, singing is a very, like, at the moment thing for me. I don't like doing it if told to, though. You sing good? No. Again, I'll do it in the moment, but when people ask me to, I just go, I can't do it. It shuts my mind down. Peach.
Greetings and salutations.
A jolly merchant greets you with a smile and a clap on the shoulder.
And welcome to Lethian's Crossing, home of the best merchant in the entirety of the tiers.
Pauses and winks.
That would be me. And you are the Fatebinder. I would recognize you anywhere. And with a list of deeds as long as yours, I'd be surprised if there was anyone left in the tiers who didn't. You ended the Edict of Storms at Sentinel Stand Keep, didn't you? And now that's a tale people will be telling for years to come. I've been a merchant far more years than I care to think, and in all that time I have never heard people tell stories about someone like they do about you.
Tell yourself you're pretty? No. I just know it.
Hot-eared bronze at your service, he bows. And what can I do for you? Could you tell me anything about this seal? I found it in Ventrian's well. Let's take a look, shall we?
Hatchian takes the seal and turns it over. When he spots the insignia, he quickly deposits it back in your hand and wipes his palms clean.
Where did you get that? It came from a merchant caravan that was ransacked. I suspected as much.
He mumbles and worries his brow.
So far off the normal trading routes. Why then? Why now? Maybe you could start by telling me about the merchants.
He refocuses on you and nods.
Of course, the sigil belongs to the Handover Quill Merchant Company.
His lips tighten to form a violent pucker.
Tell me about the Handover Quill. They were once a powerful trade organization, that's well.
He cups his mouth and glances around.
I'd say that you didn't want to get between them in a contract. What with Tunon's new laws in the bastard city, the Quills slunk into the shadows of Kairos' authority, trying to keep a low profile. If you're involved in any of their dealings, stay far away. The shipment of iron and weapons went missing. It was found, with this seal, in a house in the Echo Call Crossing.
He strokes the shadow of beard growth under his chin.
Suspicious, I agree. But war always has its little problems.
He waves a dismissal.
It doesn't add up. Now, if we can return to the subject of my wares.
He smiles and readies to show you some fancy bauble.
The weapons were meant for the disfavored, and the Venturing Guard suddenly had iron weapons. The Venturing Guard?
Hutchins drums his fingers on his mouth and considers.
This changes things, I suppose. Changes things. What does hand over Quill have to do with Venturing Guard? First things first,
Hatchard clears his throat.
This will come at a price. If something unfortunate took place and my connection were traced back to me, consequences would be, costly. Have you considered that shaking me down could be even more costly?
He studies you a moment before his posture deflates.
No, I suppose not. You can make my life far more difficult in the long run, can't you? If you breathe a word of this to anyone, I will denounce you for the liar that you are, but...
He looks around to make sure there are no settlers close enough to overhear what is being said.
I received instruction from Fifth Eye to use hand over Quill to deliver iron weapons to Vendrian's Well Citadel. I don't question my orders, I just follow through. I don't know anything else, and that's the truth.
Fifth Eye, I see. That's Scarlet Chorus right there. I wish you luck in falling asleep, Scarm.
I'd like to see your wares. What do you got?
Sigil of Fire, already have it. Sigil of Illusion, have it. Rooting. Bleeding is one I don't have. Well, let's buy it then. Ooh, and some potions. More potions. Reflects 20% of incoming spells back to their casters. I'll keep that in mind. Subterfuge. Encounter seal. Meh. Go ahead and store those into the yeah.
Yes.
Into the giant inventory, so that we may grab it later when we start to run low with someone.
Let's see what's going on around here.
I can feel myself being drained of energy as I speak. What this? Water. We got water! The talking in the game keeps making me think that, like, I'm hearing voices outside. And I'm like, what the fuck? Who is outside in this weather? The young man hangs his head and regards your approach with a pitiful sigh. Greetings. He is barely able to force the word, his voice breaking as he speaks.
What's wrong?
He takes a deep breath, saying himself, My sister Kalia and I watched the Bronze Brotherhood fending off multiple waves of Kairos' forces when they tried to take the crossing. I was terrified, but she was exhilarated. In a way, I've never seen her so alive. He chokes back a sob. She
got so fired up that she joined the Brotherhood the first chance she got. Shortly after joining, they sent her on a scouting mission with some other Brotherhood soldiers, but none of the party returned. They were all found dead at Deserter's March. I'm sorry, is there anything I can do to help?
He shakes his head.
Thank you, but no. I just want to be left alone.
I don't know why I did that voice, but I chose to. Therefore, it's canon. Therefore, it was made via a cannon. Lay down, matter of fact. Go! Lay down! Waterfall. The western waterfall reflects the rising sun in beautiful display of color. Whereas the eastern waterfall, through it cascades down alone, some settlers believe that the waterfall splits into something. Anyways, let's go.
Use the keystone. Use the keystone.
Are you slippy? I am a little slippy. I'm yawning. I hope I'm an old, wise, funny person. That is my dream. Oh, this sounds great. This does not bode well. Is there never a positive outcome for entering the old walls? It's just some bane. Take care, the traps didn't hold. We must eliminate those bane. Oh, okay. Okay then. Hi. Let's just double fireball.
But I can't do that.
What did 62 damage to it? I don't know, but I'll take it. Ah, I see how it works.
It's so unfair!
I think we're doing some good damage. Yeah, no, this isn't threatening at all. I feel fine. Don't run up on it. It's
not.
dangerous. You fool. Do that. I don't know what to do, but do it. The name like Mage Bane, I'm not sure what I was expecting. It wasn't that. The door creates a near-perfect seal with the surrounding walls. Along its surface, you see several chips and shallow gouges from failed things. Failed things. Me too, Duke. Me too. I thought you could after alter the AI in this game. Kofifi. Oh, Kofifi. You might be able to alter the AI, but I mean, it's fine. I had to deal with Baldur's Gate shit AI. You know, and just deal with the pausing and unpausing of, you know, all of that. So I can handle it for this. There's nothing to interact with on its panels, and you surmise that it's never meant to be open from this side. Ah, damn shame. Looks like we're getting some more Bane essence that we can
Right.
fucking smoke. These floor stones have been broken recently. Bits of metal nearby would suggest it's the result of careless soldiers. How fun. Charcoal rubbing. As you work, Lantry hovers near. See how that pattern looks broken along two edges? I think there's more to the engraving than what's here. Then we'll look for more. Lantry nods. Agreed. If we collect enough sketches and imprints, we could no doubt reconstruct the original image in its entirety. A nice cup of coffee sounds pretty good right now, but it's also a terrible fucking idea.
There. See that?
Whoa! I do see it. Ooh, a bunch of potions. I like potions. I never use them, but I like having them. You know, for those instances where it's like, oh man, I need a potion. Crazy. Where are they? The helmet is gone. Did anyone pick it up and mistake it for ordinary equipment? Well, we know now why the Bane were able to escape. What happened here? Two arms! The Fatebinder approaches and must not be allowed to live! Oh man, fuck these guys up. Shattered stone. The Fatebinder rips a large chunk of stone from the earth and tosses it into the air. Siren then unleashes a shattering node into the boulder, causing it to explode and send raining stones down from the sky, damaging enemies in the area. The power of Siren's voice impacting the boulder causes a shockwave to follow the explosion, dazing enemies in a large area. That's fucking cool shit. You gotta admit, that is cool.
As you command.
On your knees, worm!
We did it. We did it.
I'm injured. Tired. Let's rest.
Not that hurt. I mean, granted, you're missing 100 of your max HP, but you're fine. You're fine. You're basically on the same level as Barrick in terms of, or sorry, probably not Barrick, but like Lantry in terms of HP. Again, it's annoying because all of those wounds, none of those wounds were begotten by being knocked out. All of them were just from like some sort of attack dealing massive damage. Sad trombone noises. 2 people sent against 3, 4. Yep. They don't exactly think.
I need a different weapon.
Could this weapon be any more useless?
I don't have to do shit. I don't have to do anything fancy. I can just kind of hang
More
out.
harm than this useless weapon.
I don't know why you would give armor piercing to the 2 people with the least possible damage.
Knees, worm!
That was even more useless. Lantry, you need to stop with that. It's fine though because we still got everything under control, but still, stop that. There's only 3 of them.
Right.
Have no hope.
Good start. Let's see, what else do we have? Yeah, we can do some spikes. Spike it.
If you think it will help.
Okay. Good stuff. Let's do concussive blast now. Concussive blast, and you can do false pit.
As you command.
Damn my eyes!
Now you can do stone spike, and I don't know what else do you have. You got you got rhyme spike. Use rhyme spike. This is great. Quite literally, it's just we have a front line to keep them from getting to us, and the back line just kind of clears up shop. Hey, look, some more people. Just ready to die. Let's see. Freezing grip. Oh, no. Not that. Well, you can at least do that. And what do you have? You also have polish arms, but it's not as good. Do you have any buffs? No, all of your buffs are through your singing, so I decided that you didn't need any of it. I just wanted DPS. Right. Stone spike. Nope, nope. Anything else? No, it looks good to me.
I got it.
Your death awaits.
Okay. I was wondering if that was a mage back there. It looks like they're just an assassin. Yeah, so I'm not too worried about them. I think we'll be fine. False pit.
Do I really need to?
Dude, help, I have started playing WoW and it seems I can't stop. Davian, why would you do that to yourself? You'll stop when you die. I have not ever gotten addicted to World of Warcraft. And I am proud to say I have yet to play World of Warcraft. Before it was just because I don't like subscription services. But then it was because now it's because I don't like Blizzard. At all.
As you command.
Grovel before me!
That's how it's done.
Killed all of the Bronze Brotherhood soldiers already? That was sad. That was just sad. You feel hot all of a sudden. Fix it. Turn on the AC. Get a fan on you. It's humid as fuck where I'm at. It's so goddamn humid.
Trouble is afoot.
That attack didn't work.
I honestly shouldn't have to worry about this.
You cannot win.
Basic numbers should dictate that I win. But you know.
Any more useless?
Oh no, they're sundering. We did it.
Gee, that was fucking weird, man.
Okay. Cool, we have succeeded where others would have failed. So where... Oh, Oh. Where am I supposed to go? Is my question. I don't know. I don't really like either, but a good game stays a good game regardless of the developer. A good chunk of my friends play WoW, which is also why I started. That's fair. Having games that you can play with friends is always great. Yeah, because there's that whole universal connection of like, okay, so if I get this game, you're gonna get it too, right? And then we'll play together, right? Yeah? Okay, cool. So let's do that. Yeah, I don't think, again, like, it's so interesting because basically World of Warcraft was top dog for such a long time. But then, oh, interesting. You better not destroy that. Oh, it's Raidamon, you little fuck. But yeah, it's like World of Warcraft was top dog for such a long time, and then basically like all of these free-to-play MMOs just started showing up that you know, were almost exactly like World of Warcraft, but they were free. And the way they made money was to make you pay for packages, but you could play their game for free and maybe watch an advertisement or two. But past that, it was free. Blizzard's response, instead of going free to play, was, oh, well, they're doing newer things that we're not doing. We should totally copy what they're doing. So a lot of, the basic formulas for free to play MMOs ended up getting copied by Blizzard, which is pretty funny. Arcade could have been so good. I think the MMO that got me caught up into MMOs was like Maple Story, and what was that game? Maple Story is its own form of MMO. But the World of Warcraft clone that I got into was a game called Zoo Online, which I only recently realized was apparently made by Epic Games. Epic Games made their own World of Warcraft, except it was based off of Asian mythology. I think it was Chinese mythology, to be precise. They have since discontinued it, which makes me really upset spaghetti. Raidamon makes a mocking bow to you. Thank you, Fatebinder. You provided a better distraction than I could have hoped. It was all I needed to retrieve what I came for. Now I have work to do. Throw a rock at him. Before Redman can move, you scoop a rock from the ground and throw it at him. He tries to duck, but it's fast enough that the stone hits him right in the temple. He rocks back momentarily, a large gash appearing on his head. Redman opens his mouth to speak, thinks better of it, and runs away to the south. Fucking, we're gonna break that idiot's kneecaps. Do you have a girlfriend, Maple Story? I did not, no. I did not have a girlfriend or a waifu in Maple Story, as crazy as that is. What I had was crippling depression that made it very hard to make friends in that game. That's what I had. But Maple Story, pretty solid game. Honestly, I would be down to go back and play the first Maple Story. But because they added so many new classes, and it's so easy to level up in that game. Like, the last time I played, I made it to, like, level 60 over the course of, like, a week. And it's like, that seems way too fast. Rip myself away from Star Wars The Old Republic after, like, 400-ish hours, I think. And just as I got away from it, I start WoW. I just can't catch a break, Dude, I really want to play through Star Wars The Old Republic, like, you know, the campaigns, but, like, I feel as though I need the membership, you know? Like, you know, there's so much of the game's content that I want to be there, but I feel like I need the membership for that content. It makes it, like, because you can still play it for free. You can play through each of their stories for free. Then, you know, there's the DLC stories, but, you know, whatever. But, you know, you can play through them. But I feel like I need the memberships. Otherwise, I don't feel as, you know, like, one of the things that I want is just the ability to play as aliens. I want my goddamn aliens. And more slots. More character slots, damn it. But no, they're like, you gotta pay for that. And it's like, please. Please don't do this. Let me pay you once. Let me pay you once for, like, I don't know. Like, let me pay you one like, $5. You know, $5 to $10 per character slot. And, like, per alien. Honestly, if they just made it so you could pay for those and be done with it, it'll probably be okay. Which I think you can do now, but it's pretty damn expensive, actually. It was the thing that sucked the most. Yeah. Yeah, it was basically you had to pay for a membership, and they were banking on you taking at least 2 months in order to get to the point where you can permanently keep that character, you know, with that race. Because otherwise, it's like, if you have a character that is a race that you no longer can play, after you have created them, after being signed up with the membership, you can no longer play them. They just go, no, you can't do it. Which I think is pretty shitty. If I pay the $12 and I make a character for each of the backgrounds with the specific race, I should be allowed to play it.
On it.
I don't care what the fuck you say. I deserve it. Okay, let's fuck these guys up. Look who's here. But just a bit too late, aren't you? Redmond laughs. He holds a rope, the end of which is binding Danya's hands. Danya stares at Redmond with intense hatred. Now that I have the Magebane and the Forge-bound Master, nothing can stop me from unleashing the Bane on Lethian's Crossing. Stania growls and takes a step toward Rademan, who jumps back and puts up his hands in front of him. You notice one of his eyes is black and his nose is bleeding in addition to the welt you caused on his temple with the rock. You motherless cur. Stania spits at him. Her clothes are splattered in blood, and she works her hands, fighting against the bonds holding her. Here's the one thing that sucked the most. Yeah. No, I'm with that. Like, they had, I don't know. It was created by EA, so what do you expect? But it makes me upset. You know, because they're never going to be like, oh yeah, you could just purchase the aliens. They're always going to keep it subscription. Because they know that will make them money. As soon as I free myself, and make no mistake, I will free myself. Your blood will join your underlings on my armor. It will take more than a hammer to my head to take me down. Coward, using your men as a distraction. You know you are no match for me. Redmond takes another step away from Zdania before continuing. With the Bane free, I will prove that the Bronze Brotherhood are the only ones strong enough to protect Lethian's Crossing. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a town to endanger, so I can save it.
You have no hope. Do I really need to?
Just blow them up. Fucking just blow them up.
As you command.
Good start. You can do that now, can you? Okay then. Again. I think it's also like I need to deal with the time sink for it. Wait, what am I doing with you? Fuck that. Yeah, I need to deal with the time sink of playing MMO again. Because as it stands, I just don't have the patience anymore. Rhyme spike. Oh, whoops. Rhyme spike. Fucking you, Barrick. Fucking fight. Stop fucking buffing the mages and fight. The mages will be okay. Dumb idiot.
He's
Oh, fuck him up. There we go. Takes a lot of time
My wounds are
commitment.
slowing me
Yeah.
down. I need rest.
The real issue that I had with Soder was just like there's so many side quests, and it gets to a point where you kind of forget what the main quest stuff was, and by the time you get to the main quest stuff again, you're so overpowered that you're like, oh yeah, I mean this kind of feels boring now, because it doesn't scale your level for main quest stuff. It only scales your level for like PvP and areas inside, or planets. It'll scale your level in areas with in just specific areas. It's weird. It's kind of funny because that race is restricted thing. Yep. That shit is straight fire. It's beautiful. Okay. I'm sorry, what am I wanting to do? Because he ran off down this way. Am I supposed to be following or something? I didn't see. There was probably something that I did that was there, but I didn't see it. I guess we'll run back. Have you heard of the new DLC story, Duke? I have not. What's going on? Do tell. Tell me. Let me know in the comment section below. I've searched this, right? Yeah, I've searched it. Oh, okay. Gotta go talk with somebody, I guess in here. I make characters back at the very beginning of the game, and I log in many years later to find I can't play my Sith Inquisitor because Sith is now a locked race. So it was like FU2 and uninstalled. Yep. Nah, that was me with my Twi'lek Smuggler. I made a Twi'lek Smuggler who would just go fisticuffs with everything. He was I fucking loved him. But then it was like, you can't play this because you don't have your membership anymore. And I went, I don't want to play this game anymore. I don't think it's worth it. Fatebinder, come in. I was just told the news of the Magebane helm has disappeared. This is terrible. What happened just now? I had fighting over there. Are there more of them? Raterman stole the Magebane helm and captured Zdania.
I was just beginning to believe we were finally safe. But a celebration planned before its time will no doubt become a wake.
Eldian shakes his head.
Without Zdania, there's no chance of getting another helm. My friend, please go back to your homes for now. The Fatebinder has taken care of the invaders. I know it's asking a lot after everything you've already done for us, Fatebinder, but without the helmet or Zdania, we are the same predicament as we were before.
Hey, Zorf. I have to save up 5 million points to take a night off. Holy crap, I have some work to do for real. Yep.
The Bronze Brotherhood have a camp near the old walls at Twin Rivers. That would be a good place to start looking for Raidman and Zdania. Please find them. I don't know much more than that, but I'm happy to try and answer any questions you might have. Anything else going on in town that I should know about? I hate to add a request upon a request, Fatebinder. I would ask one more thing of you. The recent attack was horrific, and there are a lot of folks that are in a bit of trouble now. Lohara lost some of her men in the attack. She was stretched thin before it all, so I'm sure she's going to need all the help she can. Some townsmen have also gone missing. I've no doubt your assistance could be useful to all of them. So if it wouldn't be too much trouble, please ask the townsfolk if they need your help.
He makes a formal bow.
I know we have no right to ask this of you, but I know you can help no one else can.
At the risk of sounding like Lord I told you so, Archon of the Obvious, what in Kairos' name was the long-term plan? They just leave the Magebane sitting out in the open? Unless they were willing to commit armed guards day and night, it's just asking for someone to steal it.
Yes, and I was going to say the same thing. Wards are easily overcome, and after that, the helmet is just there for the taking. Shame. It might have even worked.
For a moment, I thought I was being overly cynical. I see my cynicism is entirely average for this group. The safety of this settlement is all that matters to me. I hope we're of similar minds on this, Fatebinder. Since you're clearly capable of handling threats, otherworldly or not, we'll see to it that the old walls remain open to you. The passageway leading to the base of the spire will be unsealed upon your return. If accessing it can help you in any way, please use it. I'd like to ask a few questions about the recent attacks.
A chapter-based story which makes you time jump into the future and does the normal BioWare story choices stuff, but it spoils a lot in case you ever think about trying it. Sadly, it's only a thing you can start after the normal story is done. Of course it is. Yep, doesn't surprise me in the least. I don't care about any of this. You ever drink something and, it says that it's completely healthy, but you're just like, this is what cancer is going to taste like. I kind of get that feeling with this sweetened peach water. I think I'm going to stick to like Fiji apple or mango, because the peach just makes me feel like I'm building up cancer in my stomach. Vitamin water. Yeah. Yes, hi, Wiggles. Wiggles is jumping up onto my leg. She's like, please love on me. Yes, Wiggles, I love you. Zara loves you too, Wiggles. Everyone loves you, Wiggles. Over here, I need your help. Fatebinder! Dad cries out to you. I need your help, it's terrible. Her voice breaks and she wipes her hand across her eyes. My wife is dead. She puts her face in her hands and sobs. Poor Phaedra. She pulls her hands away, a fierce passion in her eyes. She was slain by the Bronze Brotherhood. This cannot be allowed to stand. I demand a Fatebinder's justice.
You didn't seem very happy to have her around yesterday.
You presume to know my feelings? Just because I don't fawn over her, I don't love her? Because I don't smile and swoons when she speaks, I'm unhappy? How dare you? She puts a hand over her eyes and sobs.
You lost a loved one? Join the queue.
If you don't care and won't help, then be gone. May you suffer as I have.
Okay, I can find her killer, but how do you know it was the Brotherhood?
The necklace! Her hand moves to her neck, tracing bare skin. She was wearing the necklace I gave her when he... She bursts into tears. It was a younger man. Her words tremble with her sobs. Sandro. She whispers the name in a lowered tone. He struck her dead and took the necklace. I was paralyzed. I froze and just watched. Her eyes well up as more tears overtake her.
Bearing false witness can lead to even more murder. Are you sure it was Sandro and not some other Brotherhood mercenary?
Of course I'm sure. I would recognize Sandro anywhere. The angry tone in her voice rises. He and Phaedra were friends once. They had a falling out years ago over some trivial matter. He must still be angry about it. I think he took the necklace as a token. You know how these mercenary thugs are.
I'll be back after I find Sandro.
Kill Sandro and please, bring back the necklace. The thought of those thugs pawning it. She rests her head in her hands and sobs. You can't let them get away with this. The Brotherhood's hideout is somewhere in Twin Rivers. Kill him and give me some peace.
Sure, yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah, no, dogs are great. I love them. I love my dogs. They're amazing animals. I have, I've established, like, my sign language with them. Because, it's like animals have to find a way to tell you what they need. And, animals follow the same basic needs as babies. Because babies are, humans in their most animalistic, primal nature. So they need the same things as babies. Food, water, I should say food, drink, bathroom, attention, and, the divergence is that babies also need burping, whereas dogs don't. Dogs can do that on their own because they because they aren't born like fucking crippled creatures. Alright, I'm just gonna rest here. Biotis! They're like other people that I should be like interacting with or something. Should I be like going into homes and being like, hey, do you need help or am I good? I will say that I'm semi-sure that they give you a boost to get to the new story for free in all chapters. Yeah, no, they absolutely do. Yeah, the way that they've always done it is like, typically for DLC, with that game you actually can buy a membership, or you can buy the membership, which will just give you free access to the DLC, which is really funny because in the time that it will take you to get to the DLC playing normally,
you will have paid a lot more for the DLC than what they're worth. Or, I'm pretty sure you can do this, unless they changed it. I think you could just pay for the DLC in, like, the hut market or whatever. The membership will give a boost, you think? The membership, all on its own, gives a 15% increase to experience. Like, that alone is a thing. But not that kind of boost. Like a max level character boost. Oh, okay. So it's a booster, as in, like, you can just use it on your character and immediately have, like, a level 80 character. Yeah.
I went by with this lot. Those fish were earned with blood of his fellow tearsmen.
Or sorry, yeah.
Gyno. You keep spreading lies, those lies, and I will beat you unconscious with this fresh and reasonably priced river fish. I'm sorry you had to see that.
Does a quick and apologetic bow.
My brother Allegan normally runs the stall, but he's out getting supplies right now, so I've been forced to endure the public while I watch over things. Allegan shall return shortly. Would you like to see my wares?
Sure.
Right this way?
I don't care about any of that. Bye. It's been a while since I really played it. Yeah. Again, I haven't played it in a while, and I don't think I'll be playing it anytime soon. You know, I think the only recent Star Wars game that I even have, like, a hint of an interest in playing is, let's see, probably Star Wars Battlefront 2, you know, the EA version, because in actuality, they fixed it up once EA stopped regulating it, because that's what EA does. EA does. They closely monitor the creation of the product, and they force themselves into the creation process, which is something that I don't think producers should have the right to do. You know, because the entire idea is like, hey, we're the devs, we want this to be made, but we need the money. You know, here's the pitch, do you agree with us? And they say, yes, do that. But then once producers get involved, it turns into a mess. And with EA, they just kind of ruin a lot of products because they go, okay, but how can we milk this? And yeah, they absolutely ruin Star Wars Battlefront 2. But they DICE fixed it up, or was it DICE? I think it was DICE. Fixed it up really good. Where's the loot boxes? As I understand it, there are no loot boxes. It's now level progression, like as though it was Battlefield. Yeah, and it works like the classic Battlefront, where it's like, when you kill, you get levels, or sorry, you get points that that then allow you to play as like heroes or something. It's actually really well done now, but unfortunately they have a stunted player base because, nobody bought it. EA could have made so much more money if they had not pulled that shit and tried to milk the masses. Because it's like, people would have been buying it at full price. It would have been like $60, I'll take it. And they probably would have gotten like, what? A few 100,000 more purchases than anything. And then, a lot of the people, once it came out, were like, no, I'm not going to buy any loot boxes. This is ridiculous. This is like extortion. And yeah, no, it was a thing. Yeah, fuck EA. Remember, remember though, they're not all bad. The latest Sims 4 DLC release, they finally added what everyone was asking for: ladders, and only for $5. So remember, EA is not all bad. They will add the best DLC, and no matter what it is, its minimum price is $5. So obviously they aren't bad guys. I feel like this is a pretty good stopping point. We stop here, then tomorrow can tackle the Twin Rivers, kill whoever, kill the people there, rescue the damsel in distress, that whole deal. So I think I'll go ahead and stop here for the night. So once again, I am moving my time back 1 hour. So I'll be starting up an hour earlier at what is my 9 p.m. and I'll be going until about 1 a.m. I'm ending like 10 minutes early now, but everything's moved back an hour, so expect me to be starting up earlier, ending earlier as well. And hopefully keeping an actually good sleep schedule, but we'll see. On the topic of EA, that new Assassin's Creed game looks neat, but perhaps that's because I'm a Dane and I'd love my Vikings. I can assure you that's probably not going to be amazing. It's probably going to be their usual product of, you're in a sandbox. Go kill thing in sandbox. You have killed thing in sandbox. Hooray! Now go to other point. Then again, they did have the whole fighting, because they had Assassin's Creed Origins, and it was like, oh, this is so cool, and they had the mass battles, and even they somehow made even that feel like a chore. I don't know. I feel like whenever it comes to Assassin's Creed games, they get boring because they almost never feel like you are actually in danger. Almost never. For like Assassin's Creed 1 through 3, all you had to do was stand there and counterattack until everyone was dead. And even big enemies, it was like, oh, well, let's just attack them a little bit more. Or, you cheesed it and you just shot them. And then, it's like, oh. It's not even a great stealth game. Dishonored, that's a great stealth game. I should play Dishonored, because I have Dishonored 1 that I still have not beaten on. Yeah, I still have not beaten Dishonored in my spare time. I should play that. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream. Now, Captain had redeemed a thingy, a raiding party on a specific streamer, which was Freedom 13. So, they're doing some Dungeons and Dragons. I know Freedom. I don't know how I don't know what all they're up to, but, I have to accept the raid. So we're gonna go ahead and go over there. Remember, if you have not already, go ahead and use your wood coins to unlock the lick emote, and then we're gonna go over there and we're gonna lick all over the place. Davian, grab the lick emote, and then we're gonna go over there and lick. Gonna lick everything. It'll be a wonderful time. So yeah, you all have a wonderful night. Remember, do not text and drive. Do not drink and drive. 10-2 people, 10 and 2, and happy days and sunshine ahead. If you are heading to bed, pleasant dreams and all that. I hope to see you guys tomorrow for more tyranny. Until then, take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.